Year 6 Maths Revision, Mixed Calculations and Topics, Spring 1, Part 12. There are 10 questions. For each number, you choose either A or B. You can do both. Pause the video while you work each one out, and then when you are finished, press play, and I will talk through the method and give the answer. Please do 1A and 1B. You need to round 329,460 to 100 and 1,000. And it's the same number on 1B, 10,000 and 100,000. Okay, so to the nearest 100, we have a 4 digit in the hundreds column. So our choice to round to is either 400 or 500. So we look next door to the right and it's a 6. That means we round up. So it's 329,500. Now to the nearest 1,000, we have a 9 in the thousands column. That means we're either going to round down to 9,000 or we would go up into the 10,000s column to 30,000. So look next door, we have a 4, so we're going to say 329,000. To the nearest 10,000, we have a 2 in the 10,000s column. Look next door, it's a 9, so we're going to round up to 330,000. Now to the nearest 100,000, I beg your pardon. So we have a 3 in the 100,000s column and a 2 to the right. So we're going to round down to 300,000. Here you have decimals to multiply. Press pause and then we'll go through it together. Okay, 32.4 times 5. So we have a tenths column, no hundredths column. So we have 1 decimal place. So I've put that in our answer box ready. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10 plus 2 is 12. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 1 is 16. So that's 162. Next we have 76.2 times 65. So, again, 1 decimal place. I'm setting it all out with my total and my 2 answer lines. 5 times 2 is 10, 0, 1 there. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 1 is 31. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 3 is 38. Now let's cross out the 1 and the 3 so we don't get confused. Cross out that 5 and we're going to put a 0 here because we're multiplying by 60, although we are going to say 6 to make it easier. 6 times 2 is 12. Carry that 1 above. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 1 is 37. 7 here, 3 here. 6 times 7 is 42 plus 3 is 45. Let's just extend our answer box. Okay, 0, 3, 8 add 7 is 15, 5 add 1 is 6 plus 3 is 9, so 4,953. I would like you to write the name of each of these polygons. You need to count the sides. Press pause and we'll do it together. Okay, and actually the more difficult one today is on the A side. So we've got, you can either do this. You can either tick them off like that and count them, or you can actually write a number on if you want to be really specific. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's got 10 sides. So it's a decagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a pentagon. Okay, so for 4A, you need to insert one of those symbols to say which fraction is bigger or if they're the same. To do that, you'll need to have the same denominator. And then for the next 4b, you have to write the fractions in ascending order. Ascending means going up from smallest to highest. Again, you'll have to change the fractions to have the same denominator. Okay, press pause, then we'll do it together. So for 4a, we need to change them to have the same denominator. And I've noticed 20 is a multiple of 5. So I'm going to keep 8/20ths the same, but I'm going to change 2/5 to 20th. So 5 becomes 20. So what have I done? I've times 5 by 4. So I'm going to times 2 by 4. 2 times 4 is 8. So what we've realised there is that 2/5 is the same as 8/20ths. So you can put an equal sign there. Now, for the next one, I've got 1/4, 3/5 and 4/20ths. I'm going to look at the denominators. Now, they're all different. However, 20 is a multiple of 5 and 4. So we can leave 4/20ths the same, and we can change 1/4 and 3/5, so the denominator is now 20. So 4 times 5 is 20. So I'm going to times the 1 by 5. So we've got 5/20ths. 1/4 is 5/20ths. And actually, 1/4 of 20 is 5. So we know that that's correct. And then we're going to times 5 by 4 to make it into 20. So we times 3 by 4. So we can see 1/4 is equivalent to 5/20ths. 3/5 is equivalent to 12/20ths. And then you can see there, if we're going to write these in ascending order, the smallest one would be 4/20ths. Now, I'm writing the original fractions in order. So 4/20ths is the smallest. I'm crossing that out. The next one is 5/20ths. Actually, I just said that I was going to write them in their original form. 1/4. And then 3/5. So that shows you that they are in ascending order, going from the smallest up to the highest. Next, we've got to times a decimal by 10 and then a different decimal by 100. Please do them both. Press pause and then we'll go through it together. Okay, 57.6. So I'm going to put here tenths, ones, and tenth. And I'm putting my decimal place in my heading now. We're multiplying, so the digits are getting bigger. That means they're going to move one place left. When we multiply, it gets bigger. When we multiply by 10, there is 1 0, so the digits move one place left. So the 5, we need a new heading, which is the hundreds heading. The 5 is going to go here, the 7 here, the 6 here. So it's 576. Now, you could put 0.0, but you actually don't need to because that's not telling us anything. There are no decimals, no tenths, hundreds or thousands, so we don't need to do that. Let's look at this one. 59.3 times 100. So let's do our headings. Tens, ones, tenths, we'll have hundreds and we'll have thousands. So when we multiply by 100, the digits move two places left. So the 5 is going to go 1, 2. So the 5 is going to go here, 9 here, 3 here. And then I need to put a 0 here to tell me there are no ones. So it's 5,930. For 6a and 6b, you need to find 3/4 of 88 and 5/7 of 560. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Okay, to find 3/4, first of all, we divide by 4, get our answer, and times by 3. So we divide by the denominator and then times by the numerator. So 88 divided by 4. Some of you will know how to do that mentally. You can half it and half it again. To divide by 4, you half and half again. Half of 88 is 44, and half of 44 is 22. However, if you don't know that trick, you could do the bus stop method. So 4 goes into 8 twice, 4 goes into 8 twice. So we've divided by 4, so now we need to do 22 times 3. Again, some people will do that mentally, which is 66. If not, you do it like this. 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 2 is 6. So the answer is 66. Okay, for 560, you divide by 7 and then you times by 5. Now, some of you will notice a pattern. 7 times 8 is 56. Therefore, 560 divided by 7 is 80. And then you could do 8 times 5 is 400, so 8 times 5 is 40, so 80 times 5 is 400. Some of you would do that mentally. If not, you do the written methods, no problem. So we do 560 divided by 7. 7 goes into 5 0 times, carry the 5. 7 goes into 56, 8, and we have a 0. And now you do 80 times 5. 5 times 0 is 0. And 5 times 8 is 40, 400. Okay, you're going to do these divisions and you're going to give the remainder as a decimal. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Okay, so 57 divided by 4. 4 goes into 5 once with 1 remainder. 4 goes into 17 4 times because 4 times 4 is 16. So that is 4 into 17 4 times with 1 remainder. So I'll put a decimal place, 1 with a 0. 4 goes into 10 2 times with a remainder of 2. I'm extending my bus stop. Put your 0 there. 4 goes into 25 times, so it's 14.25. Let's do 138 divided by 5. 5 goes into 1, 0. Carry the 1. 5 goes into 13 twice because 2 times 5 is 10 with a remainder of 3. 5 goes into 38 7 times because 7 times 5 is 35. That's a remainder of 3 because 38 take away 35 is 3. So I'll put a decimal place, put a 3 and a 0. And 5 goes into 36 times. So it's 27.6. Okay, I'd like you to find the area of these triangles. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Okay, so the area of a triangle, you do the height times the base. And then you divide your answer by 2. So we're going to do 4.5 times 9. Now, we're practicing multiplying decimals here. And I've just written the wrong number, so let me change that to a 5. So 9 times 5 is 45. 5 there, 4 there. 9 times 4 is 36. 36 plus 4 is 40. So it's 40.5. So now we need to do 40.5 divided by 2. I'm going to just cross out the word area. Give me some space. So we're going to say 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 0 0 times. Decimal place. 2 goes into 5 2 times with a remainder of 1. And 2 goes into 10 5 times. So the area of this triangle, it's in meters and it's meters squared. 20.25. So just recap, we did 9 times 4.5 and then we divided by 2 because that's what you need to do when you find the area of a triangle. Okay, over on this side, I've got 12.3 for my height and 4 for my base. So I'm going to do, just finding some space to do this, 12.3 times 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 1 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. So 49.2. I now need to divide this by 2. 49. Let's cross out area again so that we have space. 49.2 divided by 2. 2 goes into 4, 2 times. 2 goes into 9, 4 times with a remainder of 1. And 2 goes into 12, 6 times. So it's 26.4 meters squared. Okay, you have 2 calculations to do with Roman numerals. Press pause, then we'll do them together. Right, so we've got CL, IV. So C is 100. L is 50. And IV is 4. So it's 154. Add IX is 9. Let me just check that I've done that. C is 100. L is 50. 154 add 9. So 154 add 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it's 163. Another quick way is to add 10. When you add 9, add 10 and take away 1. So 154, 164, take away 1, 163. Next, we have this long number divided by 5. So CCC, 365 divided by 5. So bus stop method. 5 goes into 3, doesn't. 5 goes into 36, 7 times, remainder of 1. 5 goes into 15, 3 times, so it's 73. Last but not least, you need to come up with the halves of these. You should know these by heart rather than having to divide by 2 with the bus stop. Press pause. Okay, half of 30 is 15. Half of 50 is 25. Half of 70 is 35. Half of 90 is 45. So that is today's revision lesson. If you are unsure about any answers, please go back and check. And if you think I've done something wrong, let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.